The story of Yemen starts in 500 BC, in the heartland of the Arabian Peninsula. This time period, often overlooked in the annals of history, was a vibrant era that saw the rise and fall of several key kingdoms. Among these were the ancient kingdoms of Saba, Hadramaut, Qataban, and Ma'in, each with its own wealth, power, and influence over the region. Saba, known to many as Sheba from biblical stories, was a prosperous trading nation, famous for its frankincense and myrrh. The Sabaeans were known for their architectural prowess, constructing the Great Dam of Marib, an engineering marvel of the ancient world. Hadramaut, located in the east, was another influential kingdom. Its wealth derived from the production of frankincense and spices, which it exported to the Mediterranean, Africa, and India. The Hadramaut kingdom was known for its distinctive architecture, including high-rise buildings constructed from mud bricks. The kingdoms of Qataban and Ma'in also played significant roles, each with unique contributions to the region's history and culture. Qataban was known for its art and literature, while Ma'in was a key player in the regional incense trade. As centuries passed, the Himyarite kingdom emerged as a formidable power, absorbing the earlier kingdoms and leaving a lasting impact on the region. The Himyarites were notable for their adoption of Judaism, a move that deeply influenced Yemen's religious and cultural landscape. The Himyarite kingdom, at its zenith, controlled vast territories, extending from the highlands of Yemen to the deserts of Saudi Arabia. However, internal conflicts and external pressures gradually led to its decline, paving the way for new powers to emerge. Thus, by the turn of the first millennium, Yemen was a mosaic of cultures, religions, and kingdoms. This rich tapestry of history laid the groundwork for the many chapters yet to be written in Yemen's compelling saga. The 7th century marked a turning point in Yemen's history with the advent of Islam. This period saw the Arabian Peninsula, including Yemen, become the birthplace of a new world religion. Islam spread rapidly throughout the region, and Yemen was no exception. The conversion of Yemen to Islam was not a simple process. It was a gradual conversion that took place over several centuries, with tribes and communities adopting the new faith at different paces. The new religion brought with it a unifying ethos that helped to shape Yemen's social fabric, influencing its arts, sciences, and philosophy. During this time, Yemen played a critical role in the Islamic Golden Age, a period of cultural, economic, and scientific flourishing in the history of the Muslim world. Yemen's scholars and scientists made substantial contributions to various fields, including mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and literature. The region became a hub of intellectual activity, attracting scholars and thinkers from far and wide. However, the advent of Islam also saw the rise of religious and political divisions. The Zaidi Shia Imamate, a religious and political movement, emerged in northern Yemen. The Zaidis, followers of Zaid ibn Ali, a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, established a state in the highlands of Yemen. This state, known as the Zaidi Imamate, lasted for more than 1,000 years, influencing Yemen's religious and political landscape. Simultaneously, in the 11th century, the Ismaili Sulayhid dynasty rose to power in Yemen. The Sulayhids, who were followers of the Ismaili branch of Shia Islam, ruled over large parts of Yemen, fostering a period of economic prosperity and cultural resurgence. The Middle Ages were a time of religious transformation and political fragmentation in Yemen. The advent of Islam brought profound changes to Yemen's social, cultural, and political landscape, shaping the course of the country's history for centuries to come. The next chapter in Yemen's history was marked by foreign control. As we venture further into the pages of time, we find the Ottoman Empire extending its influence over Yemen in the early 16th century. This was no easy feat, mind you. The Ottomans, with their sophisticated military, had to contend with fierce resistance from the Zaidi Shia, a group deeply rooted in Yemen's highlands. Yet the strategic importance of Yemen as a gateway to the Indian Ocean and a launchpad to Mecca was too enticing for the Ottomans to ignore. Meanwhile, in the 19th century, another global power cast its eye upon Yemen. The British, looking to secure a coaling station for their ships en route to India, set their sights on Aden, a port city in the south. They established the colony of Aden in 1839, marking the start of British involvement in the region. These events sparked a geopolitical tug-of-war, with Yemen caught in the crossfire between the Ottomans and the British. This period saw a division of Yemen into two distinct regions, the north under Ottoman influence and the south under British control. The cultural, political, and religious landscapes of Yemen were significantly shaped by this division, creating a dual legacy that would echo into the 20th century. By the 20th century, Yemen was a land divided between two empires. This was the stage set for the birth of modern Yemen, a tale we shall delve into next. The 20th century was a time of change and conflict for Yemen. Let's take a step back to the mid-1900s when the country was split into two entities: North Yemen, under the control of the Mutawakkilite Kingdom, and South Yemen, a British protectorate. In 1962, a coup d'etat in North Yemen led by military officers sparked what is now known as the North Yemen Civil War. The conflict was a power struggle between royalist forces loyal to the Mutawakkilite king and Republican revolutionaries seeking to establish a Yemen Arab Republic. This war was more than just a local squabble, as it drew international attention, with Saudi Arabia and Jordan supporting the royalists, while Egypt backed the Republicans. After 8 long years of fighting, the royalist forces were defeated, and the Yemen Arab Republic was born. This new republic was marked by political instability and continued unrest, but it represented a significant shift towards modern governance. Meanwhile, down south, the wheels of change were also turning. In 1967, after a long and violent anti-colonial struggle, South Yemen gained independence from Britain, becoming the People's Democratic Republic of Yemen. This made it the first and only Marxist state in the Arab world. However, the division between North and South Yemen was not to last. In 1990, the two states were united to form the Republic of Yemen, with Ali Abdullah Saleh, the then president of North Yemen, as its leader. But this unification was far from seamless. Economic and political differences, coupled with lingering regional loyalties, led to a civil war in 1994, further straining the young nation. Despite these challenges, by the end of the 20th century, Yemen had made significant strides towards modernization and unification. It had managed to survive civil wars, political upheaval, and foreign intervention. Yet, the road ahead was still fraught with uncertainty. By the turn of the 21st century, Yemen was a united, yet unstable nation. The story of Yemen continues today, marked by conflict and crisis. The dawn of the new millennium saw Yemen in the throes of tumultuous change, leading to the ongoing Yemeni civil war, which has had profound geopolitical implications. This conflict, which began in earnest around 2014, has largely been driven by a power struggle between two factions: the Yemeni government, backed by a Saudi-led coalition, and the Houthi rebel movement. The ripple effects of this war have not only been felt within the borders of Yemen, but have also reverberated across the globe. It has become a chessboard for regional powers, with countries like Saudi Arabia and Iran often seen as the puppet masters behind the scenes. Religion too plays a pivotal role in this conflict. The Houthi rebels, for instance, belong to the Zaidi branch of Shia Islam, while the Yemeni government is predominantly Sunni. These religious differences have served to further fan the flames of discord, exacerbating the already fraught political landscape. But the greatest tragedy of this war is perhaps the humanitarian crisis it has engendered. Millions of Yemenis now face the grim specter of famine, disease, and displacement. It is a crisis of epic proportions, one that has been described by the United Nations as the worst humanitarian crisis in the world today. And yet, despite the darkness that engulfs them, the people of Yemen continue to persevere. They remain resilient, their spirits unbroken. They continue to hold on to their traditions, their culture, their identity, even in the face of such adversity. They continue to hope for a brighter future, a future where peace reigns supreme. In the face of adversity, the people of Yemen continue to write their history. As we look to the future, the path for Yemen is uncertain. It stands at a crossroads with the potential for peace or prolonged conflict. International actors play a pivotal role, their actions rippling across the nation's landscape. Yet, amidst the turmoil, the resilience of the Yemeni people shines through. Their strength and determination are testaments to a future they strive to shape. In the end, the future of Yemen lies in the hands of its people, shaped by their indomitable spirit and the lessons of their past.